Hello everyone, I'm Anna, I'm a brand manager at Meta Publishing, and today we'll be reviewing a game called Epiphany City. First of all, I want to tell you that it's a puzzle adventure, it's my kind of game, it's totally pacifistic, it has amazingly cute graphics, and it promises to have my mind blow, so I assume it's story-rich. I wishlisted the game even before creating a marketing review, and a bit of a spoiler here, I'd say that you've done a lot of things quite right, and I have many things to agree with and some ideas on how to make other things even more great and beautiful. But first of all, let's watch the trailer. So, let's head to the review. What do we have here? We have a mind-bending puzzle adventure game, manipulate the world using magical picture frames, bring objects to life, change time, and more. Well, that's a pretty good description. I just say that you've described only one USP, and that can be not enough. I would say something about the story, I would say something about the visuals, so I would make it a bit more whole. And actually the Steam one is better. So the Steam description is: use magical picture frames to manipulate the world around you in mind-bending ways. Turn paintings to life, change time, and reimagine objects to suit your needs. Follow Lily, a girl who has lost all hope, as she steals powers from the strongest superhero, leaving it up to her to save the world. So, I think this one is better. How long to beat? 5 to 6 hours. Make sure it is so, because sometimes you assume the game is for 5 or 6 hours to beat, but your audience makes it too. So please make some Steam tests with your audience before the release to make sure the game is really 5 to 6 hours, because if it's 3 or 2 instead of 5 or 6, it will be a bit of a disappointment to your fans and to yourself as well. Platforms, PC, Windows, and Mac. Actually, I couldn't play the game on Mac because it's not supported by OS Catalina or higher, so it's a situation for the majority of games for Mac right now. Please make sure that it's available for Mac. Don't know how to do this, but yeah, it was a bit of a disappointment to me, so I had to open my rusty old Windows laptop and play the game. So, genre, puzzle, adventure, and top-down. Amazing, clear. Monetization, paid, $15 to $20. Well, it's the information I've seen from the pitch deck. I'm not an expert, but I would suggest a bit of a lower price, around $10, $13, than close to 20. I think that would suit the game better. So that's the screenshots from the game. It's pretty colorful, but the thing that concerns me is that these are the screenshots from Steam, and it's a bit disturbing and a bit misleading because you see a lot of text on these screenshots, and you can assume that it's a visual novel rather than a puzzle adventure. Please consider adding more screenshots that have actual puzzle adventures gameplay here, because, well, I couldn't understand whether it's a visual novel and or maybe an RPG even, and not a puzzle adventure. So that's how the game is on Steam. It's pretty colorful. The description is great. I've already mentioned that. Unfortunately, the game only has English language. That narrows down the audience. So I'd suggest adding at least 2 more languages, like simple Chinese and maybe German. You can ask your community to help with the localization, but keep in mind that you will need to check the quality yourself, because, well, nobody knows what will happen when your fans decide to add something funny to the Chinese language. Next, features. Unique puzzle mechanics. Can't argue with that. That's a strong USP, an interesting feature. It's simple and elegant. Over 1,000 uniquely hand-drawn character portraits and sprites. I wouldn't say it's a feature like a USP feature. It's good to mention, but maybe change the angle because it's, I wouldn't say that's a USP. The cute graphics is amazing. I've already told you that, but yeah, please change the angle. Hand-drawn is not that much of a USP here. Deeply encouraging story. I'd love to believe it. In the prologue, there was a pretty simple kind of story, but the devs promised that the whole story of the game will be rewritten, and I do hope there'll be more interesting things by the release. Elegant tutorials and simple controls. Well, the controls are simple. It even may seem that the game is too simple. So I suggest maybe having some more playtests before the release to polish the balance and make it not too simple for people. Here we go, target audience. So all ages, newcomers, seasoned gamers. I'd say that the lack of the focus here leads to creating a game that's not catchy enough for anyone. So puzzle adventures are for a bit more hardcore audience, and the art style suggests that the game is for kids. Communication style, story, and the jokes are great, and all that wittiness is telling people that the game is not for kids. So that creates a bit of a mess. Please try to narrow down the target audience and decide whether are you creating the game for the beginner players and kids, so it will be a pretty simple game, or you're making something more catchy and witty and interesting, but you will need to change the angle again here. Questions from the devs. So the goal is to get to popular, upcoming, and to new and trending. What do you need? You need to focus on wish lists and ways to increase them. Streamers, articles, user acquisition, everything that works. You will need several tens of thousands to get there. The conversion rates can vary, so your main goal here is to create this wave that will be getting higher and higher, and finally will make it all worth during the release. So you will need 30, 40, 50,000 of wish lists ideally to get to new and trending and popular, to get a popular, upcoming, and to new and trending you will need this wish list to convert 5 hours after you hit the release button. How to summarize puzzle mechanic in a sentence? Well, you already did that. It's a mind-bending puzzle adventure game where you manipulate the world using magical picture frames. I think that's perfect. So let's see what key selling points I see you need to emphasize. Unusual game mechanics, we already talked about that. For puzzle adventure, it's true. You're doing the right thing by showing it in all your videos and GIFs. Please continue doing that. Amazingly cute graphics. Well, yeah, again, you're already doing that. The game is truly colorful and visually appealing. And please try some video advertising on Facebook, for example. It might be a great tool. Witty and playful communications. That's another thing that I've noticed. The jokes in the game, your communication style in the website, it's all interesting, it's all unusual, and especially the thing with Steam description of the settings. That's like crazy amazing. Never seen something similar to that. Please continue. If you implement this style in all your communications, it will be one of the key features that you will be able to bring to your next games as well. Using feedback and reactions everywhere. Yeah, it's a great idea. I saw the reaction clips in one of the videos, and that's really nice. Please try to increase the quality of these videos, though. We've talked about some of these points of growth already, but let's do that again. First of all, please consider porting the game on Switch and maybe on mobile, like iOS and Google, because the game looks amazing. The game plays really simply. The game will be really great for Switch and for mobile. So don't narrow down this thing for Windows and Mac. I think you'll cover a lot of audience there. Show more assets and locations. Please do that, because I've watched 3 of your trailers, and they almost all show the first locations from the actual demo. That suggests, I think, that the game is short and there's not a lot of things to show there. Please add more various screenshots and more different locations for your trailers. Clear positioning in the videos. We already talked about that. If you are talking about story, please make the story trailer. If you're talking about gameplay, please make a gameplay trailer. Don't mix these things up. That confuses audience. The price might be too high, already talked about that. And Steam assets need some love. GIFs, the quality, maybe that's like my computer, but the quality is not that great in some GIFs. The screenshots, we've already talked about the text screenshots, but maybe they will need to be more variable and different from each other. And text, make it a bit shorter and succinct. So yeah, they are okay, they are good, but maybe try to mix them, try to bring something different to the Steam page. And also about the capsule image. A good idea would be to create like 3 to 5, if you haven't already done that, of course, 3 to 5 different key arts for the capsule image, the main one, and try them maybe on Facebook, some user acquisition, and try to decide which one converts the best. And here are some promotion ideas just from me. Please feel free to use them. Please feel free to ignore them. The first of all, please hire or ask or I don't know, grow a dedicated person for all marketing and promotion. Because if you are doing marketing, you are not developing the game. It takes a whole lot of time to prepare all the promotion, all the marketing things. Because if you want to do it right, please find someone to handle all that. It's a nightmare. Yeah, I can say so because I'm a marketing person. Make your team a USP. On your website, I've seen that you work with charity and the story of your team is incredible. If you contact some journalists or streamers or someone else and tell them this story and present this story to them, they may make it catchy. I've never seen anything that interesting, and it would be great to hear more about the ideas, the positioning, your goals, and everything like that. Make your team a USP. That will be great. Use the help of your community. I see that your community is has good potential, so integrate them into communication. Ask for their opinion. Ask for their feedback. Please let them create content for you, maybe fan images. Raise your community, because your community is one of the greatest tools for promotions. The more you talk to them, the more you give them what they want and what they need, the more loyal they will be. Cross-promotion with other games, with your references, maybe with some games you like, with some developers you're friends with. Please use cross-promo on your social pages, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere. Create some maybe cute arts with the characters from other games. Please use the power of indie development community. That might work. Guerrilla marketing of all kinds. If you don't have a significant budget, focus on the interesting and unusual ways to position and promote the game. Charity organization collaborations. I think that's what you are already doing, but if you promote it more, if you talk about it more, if you find some other maybe charity organizations, if you add some accessibility and talk about that as well, please make it one of the pushes that will make your game more seen. That's always a good idea, and that's a great purpose, and you guys are doing an amazing job, so please continue doing that. I've already talked about cross-promo. Strict selection process. What do I mean by that? You may see journalists, content creators, influencers, curators that are asking for keys. Maybe some of your audience asking for keys for the game to try it out, to do some things. As you are reaching out to the influencers and to the press, please make this process streamlined, and please look at the people who you are asking to talk to your game, to try out your game, to write about your game. These people can be scammers. There are a lot of scammers here, and the curators who are asking for your keys might as well be scammers, and you don't need that. You need reliable people who will be happy to talk about your game, who will be happy to cover it, who will be happy to try it out. Please reach out to the influencers, to the press, via Twitter, via email, and the more people you cover, and please make these people relevant. Don't go to some guy who is streaming Dota 2 or CSGO and ask them to cover your game. Please select these people and reach out to them directly. The more people you cover, the more opportunities your game will have on the release. As I've already told you, Twitter and Reddit are your best friends. Reddit is the power of community. If you talk about the game, if you talk about the team, if you talk about your goals and ideas, discuss them with the community, that will make the game more seen. And Twitter is always an amazing tool. Reach out to the influencers, to the journalists. It will make it all worth it. So, that concludes my marketing review. Thank you for your attention. That's a great game. Please continue and please make an amazing game. I will be happy to try it out and to buy it when it releases. Take care, guys. Thank you.